thanks for watching. I am at my gambrel. I'm standing on the chimney, and we are out here to build a pretty big wheat farm. Really, the only farm I have is the one at the tower on my original spawn point, and that one's good and all, but whenever I'm out of food, I always have to go back there to get it, so I'm going to build one here, and I'm going to build one at the eye too, so I'll have more sources of food. And this one's going to be all wheat, and that is because I have the cows here, and the wheat and the cows go good together for books, so this might be like a bread factory slash book factory. And if that's the case, I will also put in a sugarcane farm too. And also the sugarcane, when you make sugar out of it, you can combine it with the cow milk. So all these three things go pretty good together. So I'm gonna build it over here, near where those chests are. Oh, not that close. Pretty close. It's going to be the planting area where the wheat actually grows. There's going to be a 9x9 square, and then there's going to be an outer shell. So it might be is up to 12x12, but it might be only like 10 or 11x11. So the nether bricks, I have a ton of those, so I'm going to use a lot of those. And here's my seeds and some redstone. It's going to be hopper not activated, but the hopper is going to keep the water flow running so that all the seeds come down and into the chest. Not just the seeds, but also the wheat. And when everything... Just a second. That was really loud. And when everything has passed through the hopper, it's going to shut the water stream off. So it's going to be sort of like my tower farm, except it's not going to be a big, long redstone timer. There's going to be a timer, but it's going to be just a hopper and a comparator as going to tell the water when to shut off. So it will save me a lot of redstone. Although I will be using a ton of pistons. There will be 4 sticky pistons per level. And let's see, there will be some redstone up there too. So mostly we're going to use nether brick and wood fence, and also I would like to use some smooth stone, at least on the bottom level, just to give it a substantial look. So I probably won't use that much of it, but I'm definitely going to use some down on the bottom level. And then I also brought a bunch of wood. I'm not sure what type of wood I'm going to use, but I am going to use some sort of wood. I'd like to use a lot of these too. So I'm going to put the first layer in, and then show you how the hopper system works. So it's going to be a 9x9, so the control panel is probably going to be over there. So let's see, we want to be up. We want to be able to walk under it. So I'm going to make a 9x9 square, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what every level is going to look at. This is just the bottom one. And on this level, in the very center, is going to be a hole for where collection happens. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And then there's also going to be, we need water for irrigation. These are going to be right here. Okay, so I'm going to go get some water, And we're gonna fill these in right here with water. On the bottom here, I'm just going to have, oops, a lot of snow. Excess snowballs are good for chucking at the house. So to keep the water in, I like to use half slabs, and of course I do not have any with me, so I'm gonna have to do that off camera. We're just gonna put half slabs under here to keep the water in. Alright, I went back and got the thing I forgot, these halfer slabs. I got a million of them since I took down my nether tunnels and replaced them with subways. This keeps freezing. So we just gotta fill the water up here. We can put water right in each one of these. And then we have to immediately do this because they're gonna freeze otherwise. And they should stay nice and liquidy that way. If they freeze, all the plants will die. We don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to fill in these other ones and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now that is all set. So now this is all going to be farming. I'll probably end up making a diamond hoe. There's going to be many levels. Okay, I've managed to simplify the redstone a little, and I'm going to build one layer for you right now. I'm going to do probably 10 layers total. This is my 7th, I think. So I'll show you just how I've been doing one of them in case you want to build it or whatever. But I had a lot of redstone out hanging over the sides, and I've managed to get rid of all that, so I'm glad. Because I just didn't like the way it looked. Ooh, and it's gonna snow. How scenic. What? Thunder snow. Okay, so redstone is in here. I brought my ender chest up here just so I wouldn't have to carry so much stuff. There's a tower of torches that are right here going up, and they are what control the pistons. You'll need 4 pistons per level, sticky pistons. These are where the water is going to land. And then before, I had redstone coming from this torch around the outside and up and down the side here. Now I've changed it so that these are on the pistons here, and these are what carry the signal. There's still redstone on the sides here, but it's much cleaner looking than it was, so. Now we're going to do a ring of nether brick. Except for one space right here, we're going to have this. And this is just lets us get in and out without trampling the crops. It's a pathway of sorts. And then the redstone is going to go down this way. Then we use one of these torches, and the torch activates the piston. Alright, and the same thing over here. Hey, how you doing, Piston? Nice to see ya. Okay, so that part is all set, and now we're going to build the water, the water holder places. We need some stairs eventually for this, but only in a few of them, and none in the back. Now here's where the stairs are going to come into play, and it has to do with the roof of what's going to go in here. It just looks better. You'll see when I get to it. But that's the only place where stairs are going to go. On this one and on that one over there. So far I haven't fallen off and died yet, so maybe it will happen and we'll get it live on this video. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so the water is going to go in there, and then over on here, this piston's going to pull back, and I put glass panes right here. So we'll be able to see the water flowing from below. And it looks pretty cool. Although we might be to the point now where it's so high that we can't see it. But I only do it on these two sections here, the two fronts. Because the redstone's in the way here, and I haven't found a way to make the redstone travel here and have crops here at the same time, so I'm just living with having the redstone on the edge here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is put the water in. We're going to need 8 water buckets, or you can use 8 water blocks of ice. And there's water going to be here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do something down below. Did I really? I did. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. I had missed a step on the last level. When I looked down and saw the crops, I knew there was something wrong. So now we're going to put water in 4 holes here. And this is the water that's going to keep the crops irrigated on this level. And you can use ice. You just have to break it before you cover it. And you have to have it covered because you don't want the crops going in there when you harvest them. And also, since we're in this biome, the water will freeze if it's uncovered. Sometimes it freezes before you can put the stone down, or before you can cover it. You'll usually see it though, and you'll know because the places where you're hoeing, it will dry up and the plants will die. That's the water for that, and then we do the water for up here. And up here the water is, or we're not going to use these to cover it. We're going to use cobblestone, and that cobblestone is going to be the base of the next level. Alright. And now we're going to put the ceiling slash floor in of the next level. Be careful not to fall down the hole here. You die. Now the only place you're not going to have dirt is in the very center. And I think I was off. Yep. That's the delivery chute for the next level. Okay, so now we're going to need some of these. And that's not enough. There it was enough. And this is just a ceiling for this level. It's not necessary, I just like the way it looks. It just covers up the dirt. And don't put one in the center. Okay, so now we got that done, and the center is still clear so the product can fall through. So now we need to add some lights to keep for the plants, to keep them nice and bright in here. I've just been putting glowstone on here. Okay, so now we can fill in the outer walls from right up here. And we're done with that. We're gonna need this, these. I'm pretty much done with all that stuff. All done with that. So I think we got enough stuff right here to do it. Alright, it's mostly nether brick and fencing now. And this is just how I chose to design it. There's no, oops, I did something wrong. It's not wrong, I just, it doesn't match if I do it this way. Oh no. forgot to put these bricks in right here. These need to be sticking up higher so that I can see them and put the outside bricks against them. I just forgot to build them up high enough. Hopefully the water didn't hurt nothing. We'll find out in a minute when I go down. Okay, see, now we can see those smooth stone pillars, so now we can use that to make a line of nether brick right there. And then that shouldn't be there. Now the rest of this is all just fence. And these stairs blend in with these half slabs pretty good, so that's why I chose to put stairs there. And you can use whatever you want. I have a ton of these from raiding mine shafts. You can do pretty much the same thing over here, except you can't go down too far because of the redstone. So I've just been doing a 3x3 window with the center being the same center of the room here. And this is all just open because you really can't put nothing there. Oop. That's not right. This way, right there. And that one comes out. Yes. All right. So now let's get this, and we're going to need more seeds in this, but I'll just show you this last part, and then we're going to skip way ahead to the finished thing, the finished tower, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so then the only thing left to do is hoe your boat. I fill it all in except for a little doorway right there. And then you just seed the area. I don't have enough seeds on me, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead now to the finished tower, and then we'll run it and see how much we get. Alrighty, we're ready to try this out again. I've tried it several times, and it's working okay in some respects, but the collection is where I've had trouble, so I've changed it again, and I think this time it's going to be okay. At first, I was having the wheat and the seeds end up inside of a hopper directly. There's a hopper right underneath the hole, and what was happening was that the hopper couldn't handle that much input, and there was stuff just floating above it that just couldn't go in yet, and it would despawn. So I'm making it fall into a water stream with a bunch of hoppers all around, and it's probably going to I'm going to end up changing it at some point. Mostly I'm testing out these hoppers to see how they react and see if they can handle a huge amount of stuff. So this is not going to be the finished look of it, although I think there will be a water stream and there will be some hoppers of some sort. Also, I had a button originally to press to start the water flow and the harvest, but I've moved it and put a plate in, and I still have to hook up a a light that tells me when I can step off the plate and when everything's harvested. But I'll do that later. Right now I just mostly want to check to see how this is working with these hoppers, and to see if when the hopper is full, the stuff will just go into the next hopper or what. But all the hoppers point towards this chest, so, and what doesn't make it into the chest I will just collect here. So let's try it out. Everything is ready to go, even though this is not right. I forgot to plant it when I did the original planting, so it's a little behind. So let's stand on this for a couple of seconds. I'm not sure how long I should stand on here. I just want to make sure. Ooh, thunder and lightning. When I start seeing product come out here, maybe I'll. That seems like that should be long enough. Oop, look, some of it falls down there. I might need to replace the gates, the iron gates, with regular blocks. Okay, good. It is going into the hoppers. Let me just check and see if I stayed on the pressure plate long enough. Mostly, I just need to make sure stuff goes all the way to the center there. I'm pretty sure I did. It's not going to take long. It's going to take like maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And at first, I was setting up timers and stuff with a button, and it just seems. Oh. That had nothing to do with the water. That just popped up this way when it harvested. And a button with timers at first seemed really redundant, and it's just a waste of redstone. So I think just standing on the pressure plate for however many seconds is going to be the way to go. So now let's go out front here and check out how this is going. So we're coming in there, and so far nothing has come out front here, although some fell down the bottom there. But there is stuff still moving through the hoppers, and it looks like it's going to work out pretty good because nothing is getting bound up, which is good. So I think I'm just going to modify this somehow and make it more user-friendly for next time. I moved the cows over here, and that is just for the ease of, for one thing, they protect me from creepers and stuff from sneaking up behind me. Although there are still entrances over there where they can get in, and also I can just stay here and I can breed them right here at the fence, and it works out good. Love is in the air. Oh, now we're in the cows everywhere. Okay, that's enough of that. I might eventually move the chickens over here, and probably the sheep too. And I'm gonna have to build a storage facility for this. And yeah, sheep and chickens, and I'll probably surround myself with the animals. And that way I will be able to keep myself from getting attacked like that. And also I'm going to start, I need to put a beacon in here somewhere, so I need to start collecting wither skulls. I'll be doing that off camera, but I'll show when I fight the wither, I will show it. And this time I'm going to do it without the help of iron golems, because I have really good armor now. So before I didn't have very good armor, so now I'm more prepared to fight the wither. I have tons of arrows and enchanted armor, so shouldn't be too big of a deal, although I will still do it in a secluded place, because the last thing I want is stupid old wither to demolish my pretty house. Alright, so let's check and see this again. It probably is done. It's still filling in. As you can see though, there is a lot of stuff per harvest. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to head back to the big tower, I think. I'm using the new snapshot. I think it's 13W36B. And there's new biomes. So I'm going to start exploring again. Because there's a big... I'm in the middle of an ocean. And there's a lot of places where I have not found land yet. So now would be a good time to hopefully find some new biomes. And there's also new flowers and stuff. And I want to make this place kind of a garden area. So we need to start collecting plants and flowers whenever I come across them. These used to be roses, and now they are poppies. These, I think, are dandelions. Dandelions, yes. And then there are other ones that I haven't seen yet. So I want to make a pretty big garden area here. I'm putting some pumpkin, watermelons. I'm going to plant some pumpkins here too. One thing I've noticed about the new snapshot is that this sword doesn't... the fire aspect isn't working. But that's okay. It's just must be some bug or something. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.